Calgary has a love-hate relationship with condos. In years past, we have been super slow, price declines, and not much action, especially after the 2014 oil price crash. Now, this year, condos are one of the strongest performing property types in all of Calgary, which has been a long-awaited situation for many apartment owners here. Now, this is the 6th month in a row that condo prices have stayed relatively flat. That is great news considering many other property types are decreasing in price right now. But here we go. Here are the numbers for condo apartments in all of Calgary for the month of November. Now, this video is a part of my monthly series where I go over every single property type in separate videos, so just make sure to check out those on my channel. Now, let's start this off by looking at the year-to-date stats package for all of Calgary. Now, you can see that this is the 6th month in a row that condo prices have pretty much stayed the same. It is pretty crazy to say, but condo prices only fell by $800 from last month, which is virtually 0%. Now, I'm super stoked to see condos holding strong this year. I wasn't really sure how it would pan out, but the demand is very strong for affordable product in Calgary, as Calgary is one of the most affordable cities in all of Canada, according to multiple websites. Now, it's been many years of little growth for this sector, so we are now at $227,000. It is down $1,800 from the highs that we saw in July, yet we're still up over $25,000 from the prices that we saw in last November. So you can see that sales in the sector have slowed down across the city, but have stayed relatively close to last month. Days on market for condos have actually fell compared to last month, and it's similar to September, which is really good to see. It means that there could be a little bit of demand in that area. Now, new listings have fallen and inventory has fallen as well. All in all, with this, I am pretty happy to see that the condos are shaping up to be a pretty decent performing property type for Q4 this year. Next, I really like this graph because you can clearly see a run up in price and then it leveling off over the past few months. Now, the red line is price, the blue bar is inventory, and the green bar is sales. And look at just how fast the prices increased in the first half of the year. You can see how the sales have leveled off as the inventory continues to decrease, which is really good to see. You do have to remember that we are going into the winter months here in Calgary. In a normal year, prices will continue to fall until we start to see the warmer weather come around next spring. Now, next year, for that matter, is going to be a super interesting year and something to be very excited to watch. I'm actually really stoked to see how this property type plays out in the grand scheme of things, as there is a lot of demand for affordable product here in Calgary. And for those people who actually moved here from out of province and got into one-year leases, they're going to be up and ready to purchase a house in 2023. So our net migration and our economy are doing pretty well. We'll see how this works out. Okay, so here's the chart that showcases condo market in each quadrant of Calgary. Now, this will help us understand what's going on a more micro level around the city. Most people, when they see this, want to know what the price point is in their community, and you can find that here. You can see that Calgary West was the only quadrant to see an increase month over month, where most other quadrants either decreased like Northwest or East, or stayed relatively flat. Moving along and talking about the supply and demand of things, most quadrants are at 2 months of supply, which is still considered to be a seller's market, favoring the seller. Even the city center, when looking at this, is still under 3 months, which is really great to see. When you take a peek at the sales to new listing ratio, as people try to really secure their interest rates before they continue to increase too much, you can see that many quadrants have more sales than new listings, which is over 100%, which is great to see. Now, Calgary North had 172% sales to new listing ratio, almost double. Now, that's crazy considering all the negative news that you hear all online and on TV. So even the city center, when we're talking about this, had 112% sales to new listing. So just because the overall price has stayed relatively flat, if you're looking to buy a condo in one of those quadrants with a higher sales to new listing ratio, you may need to consider a little bit more of an aggressive strategy depending on how long the condo has been on the market. Is it a fresh condo that just went on yesterday, or is it a condo that's been on the market for 30 days? And you can be a little bit more aggressive in your approach and pricing. Moving along, let's look and see what the price points are most popular in Calgary. Now, you can see that the $200,000 price point is by far the most active price point, which again, you should consider when looking in that price range or going into a negotiation or offer situation. Now, when comparing to last year, you can see a welcomed increase in the $300,000 plus price points. Moving along and comparing the year-to-date sales from last year, you can see that this year condos have increased over 2,000 sales, which is a lot for this sector. The $200,000 price point has pretty much doubled, a very welcome change for those waiting for the condo market to actually rebound in Calgary because it's been long and boring. But that's all I got for you folks. Book a call with me if you want to dive into these numbers in a lot more detail, as this was only a brief overview. There is still so much to unpack here, but I just don't want to overdo it in this one video. So make sure to subscribe and show some support by leaving me a comment. But until next time, peace.